Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel. So welcome to this session, and this session is about like brief overview of the module A. And in this session we are actually just going to cover what are the different topics that included in your module A of AFB subject, which is paper 2 of your JAIIB examination. Till now we actually covered what is JIIB and what are the different questions that you have about the JIIB. We all covered that. Now this is a time when you should actually, before starting of anything, we just have to know that what are the different type of the things we are just going to read. Okay, so from that scenario, we are just going to understand what are the different topics that included in your module A. So let's start this session, and we are just going to start with a very motivational quote, that is, change begins at the end of your comfort zone. Like suppose that you are just watching me in this live session, and it is a 6:30 a.m. and if you're just watching my videos every day, that means you are just ending your comfort zone. And this is the way that you should start your preparation. And so let's start this session. Okay, so before to start, I would like to say, there is a one update from our side, that is our target batch is actually started. And in this target batch, I am your AB faculty, and I will just explain you everything that is related to your, based on the previous year memory based questions of the accounting examination. All the thing I will cover, like from the basic to advanced, everything in this target batch, so you can just enroll in this. Okay, and the PPB and LRB class actually started in this target batch, so you can just enroll in that. And this is also a very convenient, it is at very convenient price. Like you will get a big discount on this batch, and you have to use the code that is Y422, and with this code you can just enroll in this batches. Okay, so let's start today's session. Once more thing, that do not miss this golden chance, because price anytime just set to rise soon. So this is a very right time when you should just enroll in our batches. Okay, so now let's start today's session about what is the module, what are the different topics that included in your module A. So let's start. So let's start with the module A, and before to start, I would like to convey one thing here. Before to start any preparation for, like if you're starting the preparation for the JAIIB examination, so the one thing you should just understand, first thing, that you have to write all the different topics that you are going to read, that you are going to understand with your own, if you're just reading by your own. Okay, so like all the topics that you should just going to read in the module A. So you should just write one by one in a paper, and then you have a clear vision that what you have to read and how much time you have, or say how much time you should devote for any topic, for any chapter. Okay, for understanding that. And meanwhile you have to just take and day by day, like you just finish that topic, because this is a very right time, and you have a ample of time, because you have a, if I say that you have a hardly now the 40 to 50 days, and that days I think more than sufficient for clearing this examination. But you have to just understand that you have to utilize these 40 to 50 days, whatever you have, because the syllabus is very huge, that you have to just read the PPB as well as the AFB as well as the LRB. And just trust me that for reading and for understanding everything, it is not very easy to understand, because in the examination you actually get easy questions, difficult questions, as well as the moderate type of the questions, and the most importantly you get a case study type questions, if I'm talking about for the PPB and LRAB and AB also, that you get case study type questions, as well as you get a conceptual questions. Okay, so you have to understand that you should have a proper basic knowledge of every chapter. So just tell me about the one thing, that if you have not started your preparation, just start your preparation from today. by devoting, like if you're just if you have a just time, like after banking hours or before the banking hours, if you can manage the 1 hours for each and every subject. Okay, so trust me that this JIB journey would be very beautiful for you, and we are here for you, and you can just raise any question that you just find any in any kind of the topics, that if you find a problem, then you can raise in the comment section. Okay, so just understand that in the module A, that what you have to read. So the first thing, that there are there are basic 5 chapters in your module A, that is calculation of the interest and annuities, calculation of the YTM, capital budgeting, depreciation and its accounting, and foreign exchange arithmetic. Okay, and just trust me that if I am talking about, like, in the AB subject, you have a 4 modules. You have a 4 modules. And if I divide, 25 marks for every module, then, it will become the 100 marks, isn't it? But, you get majority of the questions in the examination from the module A and module C. Okay, and in the module B, you get the questions from the bank reconciliation statement, that is most important. After that, another chapter, that is trial balance. Okay, so you get a majority type of the questions from this module B. The main thing that you have to understand, that module A and module C are very important module from the exam point of view. Okay, so if you're just going to start your preparation, and if you're just a fresher, I would like to suggest you just start your preparation with the module B, because module B is your basic of the accounting, where you understand the basics of the accounting. And module A is basically depends, or say module A is all about the numericals, is all about the calculations of the numericals. Okay, so this is a part, if you are very good at your maths. Okay, so you can cover from the different videos that available on the Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel, as well as you can enroll in any batches where you will just understand everything, like from the basic to whatever the questions that actually just asked by the examiner in the examination. So you will get everything. And if you just want to understand by your own, so then this is a numerical part, and you can understand by a different by the different kind of the videos that available on the Officers at the 247 YouTube channel. So this is a module A, and that is all about the calculation of the numericals. So if I say that is calculation of the interest and annuities, so the first chapter that you get in the module A, that is calculation of the interest and annuities. Another chapter, that is calculation of the YTM, capital budgeting, depreciation and its accounting, and foreign exchange arithmetic. Right now, we are going to understand what are the different type of the topics that we have to read in from the particular chapter. Okay, so the first chapter, you get calculation of the interest and annuities, and in the calculation of the interest and annuities, you have to just understand what is simple interest, what is compound interest, and how you calculate. And there are some kind of the problems like given in the examination, and you have to solve by the simple interest, by the compound interest formulas. Equated monthly installment, and in this you have to just know what is equated monthly installment. In the compound interest questions, like I always explain by my shortcut method, that you can just calculate compound interest questions, as well as you can just calculate by the formula itself, which is A is equal to P, that is principal, multiplied by the 1 plus rate of interest divided by the n to the power n multiplied by the t, and where n just denote the number of the time the interest is compounding in the year. Suppose that it is compounding 2 times in a year, so you have to just put the value of the n, that is 2. So this is the formula that is very important, and the shortcut method by also you can just calculate the compound interest question in the examination. After that, in the equated monthly installment, you will get one questions from here, and that would be in the form of the formula, or say in the form of the questions that you get in the examination, that is equated monthly installment. And equated monthly installment, it is just actually nowadays a common method for repayment of the your loan. And under this system, the principal and the interest, that is repaid through equated monthly installments. So that is equated monthly installment. And the formula of the equated monthly installment, that is the P multiplied by the R multiplied by the 1 plus R to the power n, and it is divided by the 1 plus R to the power n minus 1. Okay, so I hope this is pretty much clear for everyone. So these are the different things that you have to understand in the calculation of the interest and annuities. And you never have to understand that annuities are different from the calculation of the interest. Actually, annuities, it is just understand as your series of the payment, where you will get a series of the payment at a regular interval. There you can apply the formula of the annuities. Okay, so annuities also are very simple if you are just going to understand from my lectures. So because I already take a different type of the lectures on the YouTube, as well as live sessions that I take in the batches. So this is a quite simple for you if you are just going to understand that how what is annuity, and how we calculate the annuities, like ordinary annuity, annuity due questions. So you get annuity due fixed and floating interest rate. The one thing that fixed and floating rate, what we understand by the fixed rate, that means the same rate of interest that will be applied on the time period for which the loan is actually taken. Okay, and floating is just depend on the market interest rate, so that is fixed and floating interest rate. After that, the sinking fund, based on that you will get some theoretical type of the questions in the examination, that is of the point 0.5 marks. And never underestimate the power of the half marks, because a lot of time I just listen from our just students, like the half marks is doesn't matter. The half marks is very important for your examination. Suppose that you are getting 49.5 in the examination, then one of our colleague getting 49, and you are suppose that I am getting 49.5 marks. So I would be just pass in the examination by the grace marks of the point 0.5. So never underestimate the power of the point 0.5. So do not just do not be so overconfident for the point 0.5 marks, because that is also important for your exam point of view, right? So that are the different type of the topics that you have to understand under the chapter of the calculation of the interest and annuities. So it is just quite simple if you are just understanding from a different lectures. Okay, now the another chapter, that is calculation of the YTM. In the YTM, you actually just going to understand about the bond. And bond is nothing. Bond in the bond, actually, bond is actually issued by the government and corporations. And in the bond, actually, the general public invested the money. Okay, and by investing the money, this is just understand as an investor, and the investor is going to receive the principal at the end of the maturity period of this bond, as well as the interest on the bond, that is predetermined while just issued the bond by the government and corporation. So that all the related to the that bond you will get in the calculation of the YTM. So YTM is nothing. Whenever the bond is just held till at the maturity period of the time by the investor, so the rate for which it is calculated, that is actually known as a yield to maturity. Okay. After that, current yield of the bond and the calculation of the bond value, debt, what is bond, term associated with the bond like face value, discount, that you all have to understand in this calculation of the YTM chapter. So this chapter is actually for me everything is just cakewalk for you, but you have to understand from the basic. So this is a very important chapter in terms of the examination, because you will get plenty of the questions from this. In the chapter you get theoretical questions as well as the numerical questions. And numerical questions are most, or say, are very valuable part of your examination, because the 2 marks, if you just handle the 2 marks question in the examination, then trust me that you are just not going to get 50 marks only, you are going to get 60 plus marks. So now you can understand how important this subject if you are just attempting this examination for the first time. So this is quite easy, and this is quite easy to obtain the 60 plus marks, because most of our colleagues think that AB subject is a very much difficult, but it is not, my dear friend. Because if you just understand this subject with a very clear concept, then this subject would be cakewalk for you. Okay, so in the calculation of the YTM, like, you will get the questions related to debt, bond, calculation of the bond value, current yield of the bond, yield to maturity. Okay, so this is the calculation of the YTM. Now, the next chapter that is most important, and you will get very much like, you will get this chapter like so many pages that you have in the Macmillan book for the capital budgeting, but you just do not need to worry. So you just do not need to read so much. Okay, the only thing that you have to understand, that what is time value of the money, and what we understand by the cash flows. Okay, the only two things that you have to understand for the capital budgeting chapter, and nothing else. And these all are the actually methods, like what we understand by the time value of the money, what are the cash flows, what are the cash what is the cash inflow, what is the cash outflow, how we calculate the present value, future value related based on the cash inflow. So that are the capital budgeting. What we need, why we need for the capital budgeting. This chapter is all about, suppose that you have a company and you are just going to invest in any project, like this is a project A and this is a project B, and you just know that what kind of the expected return you have from project A and the from project B. So suppose that you are investing 100 rupees in a project A, 100 rupees in the project B, and from project A you are just going to receive 150 rupees in the future, and from the project B you are just going to receive 170 rupees in the future. Suppose that for the example. So what project you should just adopt? Okay, what project you should just implement it in your company? That's all about the capital budgeting chapter and nothing else. And these are the different methods. Based on that you will get a multiple questions in the examination, like net present value method, internal rate of return method, payback method. And these all are methods, just you have to understand from the basic, like how we can calculate the questions from the based on the net present value method. Okay, where you have to calculate the net present value of all future cash based on the all future cash inflow. Okay, which is just a minus investment plus your present value of the all cash inflow, which is just known as the all present all future cash inflows. Okay, internal rate of return method, where just your net present value that would be the zero, so that is also a method. And payback method, no, it is just quite a simple to understand. So this is all about the capital busting, and we just cover one by one. So just do not need to worry. You only have to understand what are the different topics that you are just going to read in the capital busting chapter. Okay. Now, another chapter that is the most important chapter. And you just have to know that you will get multiple questions from this depreciation chapter. Like, and the same thing that here, like, what is depreciation? Why the company? Why the business? Why the banking industry just use the depreciation in its business? Okay, and how we calculate the depreciation. And these are the different methods, like a straight line method, declining balance method, double declining balance method, sum of your digit method. You have to just know how we calculate the depreciation. And these are the different type of the method, like a straight line method, declining balance method, double declining balance method. So this is all about the depreciation chapter. So declining balance, double declining balance, sum of your digit method. In the declining balance method, in the straight line method, what we actually do, actually in the straight line method, like as its name implies, like a straight line method, that means the same rate of the depreciation and the same depreciation that would be applied on every useful life years of any asset. Okay, so suppose that any assets have a life of the 5 years, so we can say that suppose that for the 1 year, the asset that depreciated by the 1000 rupees, so the same 1000 rupees will be depreciated for the second year, the same 1000 rupees will be depreciated for the third year. So straight line method is actually your constant rate of depreciation is also just known as a constant rate of the depreciation. And declining balance method, the only thing that you have to understand, in the declining balance method you have to apply the depreciation rate on the previous year end value and nothing else. Okay, so you have to apply the depreciation rate on the previous year end value. That is about the declining balance method. And in the double declining balance method, the rate, the depreciation rate that you have to just double. Like if the depreciation rate is a 10% given, so for just calculating the double declining balance method, all the thing are same. Like previous year, you have to calculate the depreciation rate on the previous year end value, that is same. But this is a name like double declining. What it means, that suppose that in the declining balance method you are using the 10% interest rate and the 10% depreciation rate, sorry. Okay, so this is a 10% depreciation rate. So in the double declining balance method you have to use the 20% depreciation rate on the previous year end value. So that is all about the double declining balance method. Sum of year digit method, like its name implies, like sum of year digit method, suppose that any asset have a useful life of the 5 years, so you have to just sum up all the years. Okay, so that is all about the sum of year digit method. So this is the way we solve actually. So that all about the depreciation, and you get too much questions in the examination from the depreciation. Okay, so now understand another chapter that you have to just read in the module A, that is foreign exchange arithmetic. And what we understand by the foreign exchange arithmetic, it actually you can understand that it is all about the exchange of the currency. Okay, and at what rate the exchange of the currency take place, that is all about the foreign exchange arithmetic, where you have a different type of the currencies are given and you have to calculate at which rate. So that is all about the foreign exchange arithmetic, where you are just going to understand what is a direct quote, what is indirect quote, and based on that you definitely get a theoretical question in the examination. Okay, like suppose that there are multiple options are given and you have to choose what is a direct quote are given, or say what is an indirect quote are given, and forward exchange rate and some basic exchange rate arithmetic you have to understand. Basically you have to just find out, suppose that this is me and I have a 10,000 rupees. Okay, and I just want that I just want to convert my rupees. Okay, this is a 10,000 rupees which is Indian currency, and I just want to go to in the, suppose that USA. Okay, so I just go to the bank and I just request to change my rupees into USA dollar. Okay, so in the US dollar I just requested to the bank. So that's all about of the bank foreign exchange arithmetic. This is whole cycle for the foreign exchange arithmetic, like at what rate now the bank would apply on this exchange rate of the rate of the currency. Okay, so this is all about the foreign exchange arithmetic. And trust me, if you just understand the basic thing here, then it would also be the cakewalk for you, like solving the questions. The main thing you should understand, the how important, how important to understand the basic concepts. The same way you just have to know what are the different type of the questions that may ask by the examiner in the examination. Okay, so that's all about your the module A, where we understand what are the different type of the topics, what are the different type of the chapters that you have to understand in the module A. And just pen down if you just find anything important related to this session. Okay, so now just come to the point how you can enroll in our target batch. Okay, so I am just I'm just showing you how you can enroll in our target batches, because that's also important if you're just aiming for clear this examination in the May June session, because this session is a very important how now you can understand, because the syllabus is also just going to update. So the 1 minute that I am just showing you how you can enroll in our batches. So the first thing that you have to just visit the adda247.com JIB exam kit, okay, where you will find multiple batches that actually running and that actually scheduled for your examination. And you will find multiple batches of the bilingual batches as well as the English medium batches. Okay, so you can also purchase, you can also enroll in the individual subject, like if you just enroll in the PPB, in the AFB, in the LRB. So you can also enroll in the you just have to just visit the view all, and after that you can just able to enroll in any individual batches. Okay, so if you just want to enroll in the target batch, suppose that, okay, so in the target batch, if you just enroll, like you will get a mock test, ebooks, as well as a live classes. Okay, and you know how you can enroll in this, like you have to just click the buy now section, and in the buy now section you have to apply the code, that is Y422, and you will get a big discount from this code. Okay, and now just think that flat 77% off you will get by applying the code, that is Y422. Okay, so this is how you can enroll in our target batches, as well as you can just apply this code in any jab and cap product, and you will get the big discount on that. Okay, so now I am winding up this session. I hope this session is useful for you, and we will meet on the tomorrow at the same time. Okay, and just we will meet on the tomorrow. So thanks for watching me here. And if you have not downloaded the Adda 247 application, just download and subscribe the Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel, so that you can get notifications of the live sessions, as well as the notifications of the important news that is related to your examination. Okay, so if you're liking our effort, liking our content, do not forget to hit the like button on this video, and share this video to your friends, so that maximum number of our colleagues can join with us. So thanks for watching me here. Thanks for joining me here. Now we will meet on the tomorrow at the same time.